I'm Tim, and I love a good package. If you think it's funny because you think it's a little bit rude, well, that's your business. But if you think the word package is a little bit funny because radio packages in 2015 are a bit old hat, then I disagree with you, because I'm Tim, and I love a good package. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. I suppose in my head I'm thinking about a news package because that's what I know, and excuse me, and I know some, like any radio, can be a bit rubbish, a bit staid, a bit dry, a bit boring, a bit like a glorified clip link type thing. But a good package can be brilliant. As a journalist, you've got the story over here, and you have the pick of all the best audio that you can distill down to use storytelling to properly tell that story. So you can take this eyewitness account and this person who was there at the time and the Prime Minister who says this about it, atmosphere from there, the gunshots, the sound effects, the sad anecdote. You can tie it together with music if you need to. You can use radio and that craft, editing, that we hopefully all know and love, to sort of bring it together and give it a narrative and a really sharp editorial focus, which can be key. And you can do all that in a few minutes. So that's why I love packages. I'm very lucky on the Jeremy Vine Show because my boss, the editor, Phil Jones, all credit to him. He helps me and lets me report by making packages, which is great. But obviously I'm not at work today, sadly, otherwise I'm sure I'd have been doing something about Jeremy Corbyn. But a day without a package is a sad day, so I thought if I'm coming to Next Radio, I'll do one for here. Of course, reporting on the news for Radio 2, I never use Wikipedia, but you all work in radio, so you know how it is. So thank you, Wikipedia, for helping with my introductory link. Here we go, and here comes a rather long radio package. Next. Well, it's 8:30 a.m, and here I am in the morning sunshine, sort of, at a prestigious building in the heart of London. I'm standing outside the Royal Institution, founded in 1799 by the leading British scientists of the age, as my detailed research tells me. Science, I suppose, was sort of involved in the invention of radio. Therefore, this is clearly the perfect venue for Next Radio 2015.
I'm Jonathan Cresswell from Air.
How do you decide how to decorate your name badge?
You go simple, some nice stickers, different colour pens.
I'm David, I work for Howard Trent.
When you read the range and breadth of the programme, how did you feel inside?
I'm really excited, it looks really interesting.
Hi, I'm Hayley Hayes. I'm very, very excited for Next Radio because Ian Lee and Catherine Boyle are here.
Your fans?
Yes, massive fan.
I'm David Board, I'm from Bauer.
For the equivalent cash of this event, you probably could have gone on a dog grooming course. Why have you chosen this?
As much as I love dogs, I think I'm going to find out what the next new thing in radio is going to be.
Great news, everyone. It's now time for a bit of a recap. There were so many sessions that to run through all of them would bore you to tears. So here's just some of what we've seen and heard today. After 5 Lives, Jonathan Wall kicked us off with this profound question.
I wonder whether they're listening to us in Tristan da Cunha. Oh.
Dominic Bourne's session showed us a radio gizmo where you can choose a favourite song to listen to instead of an artist you hate. Whilst that's very clever, I did think the session was a little bit unfair on Nickelback, so to redress the balance, I thought I'd play now a clip of one of their greatest hits.
Andre auf SRF 3.
Oh, blast and crivens, I've gone and left bloody Music Band turned on, haven't I? Never mind. This morning, we also heard from music strategist Chris Price, who took to the stage with his obsession with this band.
All my life I've been searching for something.
He was brave enough to both tell us that America is better at automated music algorithms and to include a slide titled Atomize, Host, Personalize, Integrate. Despite this baffling use of language, we learnt that presentation is everything, and oh my word, treasure your recurrence playlist. The Radio Centre's Claire Bowen was soon here, and she used this clip where we learned that you can make big money from the smallest of ideas.
X-Men Days of Future Past, and that's because somebody noticed that there was an X in XFM and also an X in X-Men Days in Future Past, and that's how marketing works.
That was soon followed by coffee.
Hello, I'm Ada from Ipsos Mori.
And how's your coffee?
Very good coffee for the morning.
After the first coffee break...
Hello and welcome!
Angela Robson told us about some incredible radio work in Sierra Leone. We built a breakfast show with Mike Newman, used the power of the Lord to raise cash with Premier Christian Radio, and, among other things, radio guru Valerie Geller reminded us that the only person who likes change is a wet baby, although I would argue that this could also apply to an adult wearing a nappy.
So that was the morning in brief, but before we get onto the after lunch business, I just want to pause for a moment because I'm on a personal mission to eradicate the sound effects you just heard from the radio industry. To me, someone using a record scratch sound effect is like someone meeting someone else in a pub and saying, "Hi, what do you do?" And they say, "I work for NASA." And the person says, "Oh, are you an astronaut?" And they think that question is really funny, but it's not. It's not funny or clever or intelligent. And the lady who works at NASA, no, of course she's not an astronaut, and she's heard it a million times before. Think of a new question. Use a different sound effect. Sorry, where were we? Yes. Lunch.
Hi, my name's Lucy and I'm from Sheffield.
Can you think of any word that rhymes with radio?
I have no idea.
My name is Rhiann Roberts and I'm currently the digital editor for Radio 4 and Radio 3 and 4 Extra.
I was very excited by binaural this morning. Were you?
I can't tell you how excited I am about binaural, and this is why. We're doing a project at the moment which we hope to land for Halloween on Radio 4 involving binaural in the dark.
Hello, my name's Lily and I'm from Magnetic North.
When does a stick become a branch? Have you figured it out yet?
I think it's something to do with how strong it is and if it can hold anything up.
So by the time your sandwiches and whatever those other things were had started to digest, we had this.
Do you drive? Do you drive? Do you drive? Drive. Do you drive?
Yeah.
Well, that's great to know. Jeff, thanks very much for your call.
Take that, radio. Mid-afternoon, the wonderful Tim Cocker wore excellent shoes and proved that he would be perfect to host a much less shit version of Rude Tube by regaling us with non-rude clips like this one.
Double rainbow on the way across the sky.
Of course, his hilarious videos lineup did have a great message for us all. Stop faffing about with rubbish social media videos and instead find your tribe, love them hard, as he put it. Then, Brett Spencer and Al Booth from some cobbled-together nonsense organisation called Radio 2 went on about this thing.
Introducing BBC Radio 2 Country, a 4-day pop-up digital service dedicated to the world of country music.
A pop-up radio station. Hang on. I'm sure I've got a pop-up sound effect in this bag somewhere. No. That's not it. Aha. There we go. Pop-up FX. Packages can be very creative. This afternoon, we also had a chat about sharing audio. The word bangers was said a lot, and as time rapidly progressed towards the time right now, we all enjoyed this.
Does anybody know why the whole industry's become so obsessed with listeners' favourite biscuits?
Will Guyot's session was annoyingly good because it was right before mine, so I'd have preferred it to be terrible. However, the final session of the day did win high critical acclaim.
That was a great package too. I think it's probably the best I've ever heard in my life, and I'm 50, so the best I've heard in 50 years. You summed up Next Radio incredibly well.
Oh, that's very, very kind of you to say, Jeremy. I'm surprised you're here today, actually. Shouldn't you be off dancing or something?
Well, you know, dancing is dancing. That can wait. The key thing for me is to offer spontaneous and unrehearsed reaction to this brilliant session.
So how was all this radio nonsense for the audience of Next Radio 2015? Well, you tell me. I mean, you did tell me, because I've done a Vox Pops. I bloody hate Vox Pops. They're normally rubbish, but I've done one, OK?
Just tremendously time-wasting.
So that's your review of the film Grown Ups. How did you find Next Radio today?
The complete opposite. Time-fulfilling. It's really fun. Lots of great people.
My name's Kavi Patel and I'm from Create. Today was absolutely incredibly wonderful.
Hi, I'm Andy Buckingham. I'm from Togglebit. So I've really enjoyed today. You get a much broader kind of feel of what's going on in the industry.
Starting from this morning, there was a lot about personalisation. Do you think that's the word to take away this year?
Definitely. Personalisation is just big across everything. It impacts not only content but advertising and revenue.
Final thoughts then from our esteemed hosts.
I think it's been good. I think what's interesting is how it's all about creative ideas, and everyone has a slightly different take on that, and you can reinterpret that for your own station or where you work and go, oh, that's interesting, I like their thinking, or I'll just steal that idea.
Do you know, I think one of the highlights is just the amount of different speakers that we've had, the amount of different ideas, the amount of different things that people have heard, and just the enthusiasm about radio. Some people think that it's dying, and it so isn't.
Thank you.
Amazing work from Tim Johns, everybody. Well done, Tim.
Oh.
He actually...
my call edit skills are so shit.
He actually made that sound quite good, didn't he?
It was good. It was good.
Fantastic.